Bonjour les élèves, j'espère que vous allez très bien. Aujourd'hui, notre leçon s'appelle Mes camarades. Mes camarades. Mes camarades means my friends. Aujourd'hui, on fait les adjectifs possessifs. Les adjectifs possessifs. As I have explained in the previous lesson, that the adjective possessive indicates the belonging of an idea or an object to the subject pronouns. In other words, it qualifies the person's or the object's possession. Therefore, it is called adjective possessive. So far, we have learned mon, ma and mes, which loosely corresponds to English my. Mon stylo means my pen. Ma sœur means my sister. Mes crayons means my pencil. Similarly, we have also used ton stylo, your pen, ta sœur, your sister, tes crayons. And for third person singular number, he, she, we have also learned son stylo, his pen, sa sœur, his sister, ses crayons. Ses crayons means his or her pencils. But we have also learned in the previous lesson that the possessive adjectives in French are very different from the English ones. For example, his pencil or his pen is son stylo and son crayon. But in English, according to the subject, means the person who owns it, it becomes his pencils and her pencil. Differently, in French, we understand that it's the object which actually decides the actual possessive adjective for that object. If stylo is non masculin, if pen is masculine noun, and if it is in singular number, then it becomes mon stylo. And if there are multiple pens, it becomes mes stylo. So, the difference between the possessive adjectives in French and in English are remarkable. So, in French, I can say la différence entre les adjectifs possessifs en français et en anglais sont multiples. Now, coming back to the same understanding of gender and number, for example, sa voiture means his or her car. La voiture means the car. La voiture de Pierre means the car of Pierre. It becomes sa voiture. La voiture de Diane, the car of Diana, sa voiture. In English, la voiture de Pierre becomes his car. La voiture de Diane becomes her car. But in French, it's la voiture which is feminine. That's why we are using sa voiture. We have learned whatever corresponds to me, it's mon, ma and mes. Mon stylo, ma sœur, mes crayons. Ton means informal you. Ton stylo, ta sœur, tes crayons. For il or elle, it becomes son stylo, sa sœur et ses crayons. Exception. Now you have to remember there is also an exception here. So the female words, the words which feminine gender, if they start with A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, then irrespective of their gender, the word is like mon, ton and son. Like université, it's une université, une école, but when we are using my university, it will become mon université. For école, which is a feminine word, we use ton école. And for example, étudiant or étudiante, it's like his student or her student, it becomes son étudiant or son étudiante. So remember the exception. If a noun starts with A, E, I, O, U, then irrespective of their gender, for their singular number, it corresponds to mon, ton and son. Now, in case of plural of subject pronouns qualifying a singular object and idea. So, we have learned how to say my, singular number yours, and his and her. Now, we are going to learn if we want to say something our, your in plural or formal, and their, it's their house. How do you say that in French? Nous, nous means we. Nous becomes notre, vous becomes votre, il or elle becomes leur for singular number. For example, our mother. On est deux frères et une sœur. We are two brothers and a sister. Our mother. How do you say our mother in French? Notre mère. It's our mother. So notre is for our. So notre doesn't change with the gender, or for the matter of fact, even for the exception A, I, O, U, I, A, I, O, U, all the vowels that begins, that is in the beginning of a word. So notre école, it remains notre école. For masculine words such as chien, for example, moi et mes frères, on a un chien qui s'appelle Loulou. Then we'll say notre chien s'appelle Loulou. So notre chien. So for singular number, adjective possessive in French, adjective possessive becomes notre. Equally, votre. For example, you are two sisters. Then your mother, how do you say your mother? Like if you are one person and I want to say your mother, we can say ta mère. But if you are two sisters, how do I say your mother? Because you are two in number. So in that case, we say votre mère. And for example, there are three people from the same school, we will say votre école. And if the entire family owns a dog, then how do I say votre chien? So votre means yours in formal and in plural number of you. Similarly, like Catherine et Jacques sont frères et sœurs. Catherine and Jack are brother and sister. Their mother is Artemis. Their mother's name is Artemis. So how do you say their mother? Leur mère s'appelle Artemis. Or, for example, Pierre, Paul, Jacques goes to the same school. So, how do you say their school? It's leur école. Leur école. Or, for example, Fleur, Natasha et Nathalie ont un chien. They have a dog. Their dog. How do you say their dog? Leur chien. But remember, all the cases that we are referring here, the object that we are talking of, mother, it's only one. École, it's one. Chien, it's one. So what about if multiple people have multiple number of that thing? For that case, in case of plural, for the subject pronouns qualifying plural objects or ideas, it's nos. Like, nos parents, our parents. Vos professeurs, your professors. Leur chien. Here, this pronunciation remains the same, L-E-U-R-S, leur, but leur chien. Leur chien becomes, leur chien in plural becomes their dogs. So, coming back to the same concept once again, adjective possessive in French, possessive adjective in English, adjective possessive in French, depends on number and gender. So, if we have two dogs, then we have to say nos chiens. And if we have one dog, it becomes notre chien. If I have one book, it's mon livre. If we have one book, altogether one book, then it's notre livre. But if we have multiple books, and I want to say our books, it becomes nos livres. Then vos chiens, vos livres, vos crayons. So all in plural. And leurs chiens, leurs livres. Les étudiants ont leur cahier. Means the students have their exercise books. So leur cahier again with an S. Slide number 15. Now, in this particular table, I have put all the possessive adjectives together. So, if something belongs to me, je, and the objective is masculine, it becomes mon. For example, le livre, mon livre. In feminine, it becomes ma. Like la sœur, the sister, ma sœur. For example, in plural, for masculine and feminine both, like crayon, livre, fenêtre, mes. Mes livres, mes crayons. So, similarly, when it comes to tu, for a masculine object, it becomes ton, like ton livre, like ta sœur, because la sœur, and tes crayons means your pencils. For he, it becomes son. So, if it is a masculine object such as livre, livre means the book, son livre, and if the object is feminine like sœur, sa sœur, and if it is plural, it becomes ses, like ses crayons. Elle, son, in case of elle, again for masculine it becomes son, like son livre. If it is a feminine object, for example, sœur, sa sœur, and ses, it comes for the plural number. Equally, now we are coming to something new which we have learned today, notre. For singular number masculine or feminine, we say notre. So whether it's la voiture, la sœur, or le livre, it always becomes notre. But if the object is in plural number, such as books, nos livres. Nos livres is our books. Similarly, for votre, your, for the masculine and feminine, if it is a single object, despite its gender, it becomes votre. Votre livre, votre voiture. But if it is an object that is multiple in number, it becomes vos livres with an S, means your books, or vos crayons with an S, means your pencils. Il, their, il means they in plural number. So, if you want to say their father, leur père, their mother, leur mère. But if you have to say their parents, leurs parents, or leurs livres, their books. Similarly for elle, it becomes leur, like leur papa, leur maman, or leur crayon. So, with this, we are coming to a definite understanding of possessive adjectives, l'adjectif possessif in French. Now, we will do a few exercises on this concept of possessive adjective. Papa a une voiture. C'est voiture. Papa a une voiture. Papa has a car. It's his car. How do you say his? So, une voiture, voiture is feminine. The subject pronoun is papa, that is third person singular number. That means il. So, il, and for a feminine object it becomes sa. C'est sa voiture. Les enfants ont fait devoir avant aller jouer. So, the children have done their homeworks. So, you have to see one thing here. Les enfants is in plural. That means it's third person plural number. And devoir is also in plural. So, les enfants ont fait leur, L-E-U-R-S, leur devoir avant d'aller jouer, before going to play. Now, est-ce que c'est votre chien Paul? So somebody is asking, is it your dog Paul? Est-ce que c'est votre chien Paul? Oui, c'est. So now Paul is replying, so he is replying in first person. So chien is what? Chien is masculine, un chien. So when I say yes, it's my dog, how do you say in French? Oui, c'est mon chien. J'ai des souliers noirs. J'ai des souliers noirs. Ce sont mes souliers. Is the same thing. First person in plural number. Ce sont mes souliers. M-E-S. Now, nous avons tous des stylos rouges. We all have red pens. So, you have to see again, it is going, the subject pronoun is nous. Nous means we. Des stylos rouges, it is also in plural. That means, ce sont nos stylos rouges. N-O-S. Ce sont nos stylos. Then, the next one is, vous avez deux dictionnaires. Vous avez deux dictionnaires. Dictionnaire is dictionary. Vous avez deux dictionnaires. Ce sont, so the dictionary is in plural, and the subject pronoun is vous. So it becomes, ce sont vos dictionnaires. Ce sont vos dictionnaires. Now, j'ai deux frères. J'ai deux frères. I have two brothers. Ce sont mes frères. Ce sont mes frères. Because again, for the same reason, the object that the possessive adjective is going to qualify is two in number. So, ce sont mes frères. Elle a un chapeau jaune. Elle a un chapeau jaune. Elle a un chapeau jaune means she has a yellow hat. In the previous lesson, we have done the colors. Jaune, jaune is yellow. So, c'est tirer chapeau. Elle is the subject pronoun and a chapeau is un chapeau, means masculine. That means, what do we choose? Son, sa or c'est. Son is for masculine singular number. Sa is for feminine singular number and se is for masculine and feminine both, but plural number. So, this is masculine singular number. So, we are going to use elle a un chapeau jaune, c'est sa chapeau, c'est sa chapeau. Now, j'ai une bicyclette. J'ai une bicyclette is a bicycle. J'ai une bicyclette, c'est ma bicyclette. Une bicyclette becomes ma bicyclette. C'est ma bicyclette. It's my bicycle. There is another word for bicyclette, you know. It's vélo. You can also use vélo. But vélo is masculine. So, if I had said j'ai un vélo, in that case it will become c'est mon vélo, because vélo is masculine. Tu as une amie. Tu as une amie. You have a friend. Une amie. But you remember we talked about the exceptions. If a word starts with a, e, I, o, u, in that case we put son, or in son, ton or mon. Here it's tu as une amie means you have a friend, but the friend starts with a, so it becomes ton. C'est ton ami. C'est ton ami. So, in this particular class, we have done adjective possessive in thoroughly, in details. So, I would repeat everything once again with some exceptions. So, if something belongs to me and that thing or the idea is masculine, it's mon. If something belongs to me and that word itself is feminine, it's ma. If some things with a plural things belong to me, it becomes mes. Example, mon livre, ma sœur, mes crayons. Similarly, for tu or second person singular number, if something masculine belongs to you, informal you, then it's ton, like ton livre, like ta sœur if the word is feminine, and if it is plural, it's tes, T-E-S, tes, like tes crayons. For him or her, it becomes third person singular number, il ou elle. If something belongs to him or her, it becomes son for masculine, son livre, his book, sa voiture means his car or her car, and ses parents means his parents or her parents. There is an exception, as I have repeated twice today in the class. I'll repeat it once again, that if something starts with A, E, I, O, U, in French, A, E, I, O, U, then we don't use sa, we use son. And for feminine and masculine, both it becomes son. So, it becomes son école, son université, mon étudiant, mon étudiante. Coming to the plural for both masculine and feminine, if something belongs to us, our for singular number, we use notre, notre livre, notre voiture, our book, our car, nos parents, our parents with an S, nos parents, and if it is your, votre livre, votre voiture, and vos parents is again for plural, and lastly, if it is they, il ou elle, in that case, leur, L-E-U-R, leur livre, leur clé, leur voiture, and if it is for plural, leurs parents, with an S, L-E-U-R-S, parents avec un S. So, now I would request you, before we conclude this class, this lesson, please make a list of the things around you in the class or at home and try to establish the possessive adjectives. Right? For example, you write, okay, it's my brother's phone, so son portable, my mother's comb, sa peine. So, whatever object you find around you, you try to put it with possessive adjectives, les adjectifs possessive. And more you practice, it will become much easier for you to express the possession of an object in a regular conversation. With this, I would like to wish you bon courage, bonne continuation, à la prochaine et au revoir.